I wish I could come to you today with positive news and tell you about Ted Williams, the once was homeless man who has recently struck it rich and is now working with the Cleveland Cavaliers due to his extraordinary radio voice. But that's not what I'm here to talk to you about today. I'm here to talk to you about rather negative news that may be upsetting to some viewers, and do be warned. In this video, I will most likely put blame to certain people. Please, this is just my opinion. I feel the same way you do about this horrible massacre. Yesterday, January 8th, 2011, Saturday, actually, there was a man who walked into a speech-like event of Republican Gabriel, I apologize, Griffords, and took out an automatic weapon and shot 20 people, killed 6. And the list of the dead include a 9-year-old girl who simply went to the event because she wanted to see it because of the popularity of seeing a senator in person. And also in the deceased are a federal judge and obviously 4 others. This man, although I have not read much about this horrible, horrendous act of murder, this man obviously is out of his mind. I don't know why he committed this. I can only assume that he was obviously mentally disturbed, but he was just another guy, you would think. Just another guy like the guy across the street or the man in the supermarket. But instead, he killed 20 people, or I'm sorry, killed 6 people and injured many others. Now, he basically just walked in with an automatic weapon that was designed for use in warfare on the battlefield. He walked into a supermarket full of innocent people, took out an automatic weapon and shot them without mercy. He committed an act of treason, an act of betrayal, an act of horrible, unbelievable standards of evil. And honestly, I can only hope that justice is brought swiftly upon this man. It's times like these where one really has to wonder, why? Why are we killing each other? Why are we brutally murdering children who haven't even passed the age of 10, who haven't even lived for a full decade on the earth? For what? What cause? No cause is worth that. I can tell you that right now. But apparently, according to Sarah Palin, despicable, despisable, disgusting, a former governor of Alaska and former vice president candidate to John McCain, according to her, it's it's don't retreat, reload. Also, she posted an online map targeting members of Congress who supported President Obama's healthcare legislation, and each of those members' picture was marked with a gun sight. This is what happens when you let radical fools into government. This is what happens when you give idiots power. Because Sarah Palin couldn't just accept the fact that there was a healthcare reform and certain people supported it, or better yet, at least oppose them in a civilized manner, Instead, she promoted violence and war within a country that has not had a civil war in 200 years. To me, that's unforgivable. This, I don't mean to uh, sound perhaps Democrat or extremely left-wing. I don't believe in political parties. I don't believe that really there's a point to pointless infighting and spending millions of dollars on political ads that really is not that useful. I don't believe in political parties. I believe in justice, law, and morals, actually. And when I have to read that communist leader Fidel Castro branded the attack as an atrocious act, and that Griffords, and he told his readers that Griffords, who was shot in the head, was in the sights of the ultra-conservative movement Tea Party. When I have to read that from a man that we attempt to dispose of in the Bay of Pigs, it's upsetting, actually. When I have to read that, of all people, the communist Fidel Castro is giving the United States sympathy because of one man who couldn't keep his automatic weapon under control, and more so importantly his mind, or because Sarah Palin couldn't keep her ridiculous, pointless, radical movement in line, it's upsetting, actually, very deeply. When I have to read that every nation around the world sees the United States as a deeply polarized nation, brimming with angry rhetoric and gun nuts, when I have to read that in Britain, a newspaper noted that the rise of political extremism in the United States, it's upsetting. Because now, not only do the 6 dead and others injured have to suffer, and their families, and perhaps people who even have a slight note of sympathy in their hearts around the nation, but our nation's image is damaged because of one ultra-conservative madwoman, madman, if you will. When I have to read that in Russia, that it again sees that the United States is just full of political extremism, it's very upsetting. This is unacceptable, actually. This is the highest act of betrayal one can do. This isn't justice, this isn't guerrilla warfare, this isn't even a revolution. This is Bloody Saturday, and it will not be forgotten. While that may not have claimed as many victims as such attacks as 9/11, it will never be forgotten. Because there are 6 innocent people dead, including one girl who didn't even get to see her 10th birthday. Dead. And many others injured over politics, or if not, some idiot, insane would be a better word, some insane madman's ideals. It's upsetting. I can honestly only hope that this man will receive the death sentence. I don't know what Arizona's laws are on that capital punishment, but he deserves nothing less. I don't care if he's insane. I don't care if he received a premonition from a higher power to commit that. He deserves to die. He deserves to be burned at the stake. He deserves to be crucified. He deserves to have 1,000,000 volts flowing through him freely. And Sarah Palin deserves to be stripped of any political rank she would ever have or ever will have. She deserves to do hard time. She deserves to see what her imbecile actions, her childish, immature actions have reaped. The death of 6 and many other injuries. This is a wound that will never be sealed. It will leave a scar on the face of America, the face of Arizona. Even more so, it will leave a permanent gash, spewing with the blood and tears of those who the shooting has affected. The blood and tears of those who the shooting affected either directly or indirectly. It will leave a permanent scar on those people. And that's, quite honestly, all I really have to say about this before I start flying off the deep end. I appreciate your time watching this video, and I can only hope that we find some sort of justice to this atrocity. This is Taylor, and I'm signing off.